You've always been a good student, forever. So when you decided you wanted to learn how to be calmer, how to stop overthinking, how to stop people-pleasing, you applied your good student skills here. You've been setting your intentions. You've been regulating your nervous system on purpose, like I told you. You know how to breathe, breathe, breathe. You know how to not jump in the hole. You know how to do it shitty. You are a good student. And then you're standing in your kitchen on a Thursday afternoon. Your husband walks in a mood, and everything you've been working on just seems to fly out the window, like you've never even heard of these tools before. And you're mad at your husband because, are you freaking kidding me? But mostly you are frustrated because you've been working on this. You did what you were supposed to do. But somehow here you are being easily triggered. So you start questioning all of it. What's wrong with me? Why can't I calm down? Is this even working? And if you don't have someone to explain to you what is actually happening in that kitchen, then you will probably come to the conclusion that it's not working based on your history, right? You've got a pretty good pile of evidence that if you work hard and you put in extra work, you will be successful. So hi, welcome. I'm Kristen. You're listening to Calm AF, and I'm going to tell you what's happening in that kitchen because we are talking about the sneaky ways that dysregulation shows up. And today in our Are You Dysregulated series, we're talking about something I know you are going to relate to. Are you actually being an A+ extra credit student, or are you dysregulated? It's really easy to see how this pattern shows up as an adult. You are probably the best person at your job, at every job you've been at. You're the person who's going to get there early, stay late. You will work as long as it takes to get it right. This is how you show up in your friend groups. You're the one organizing the get-togethers. You are checking in. You're making sure everyone's doing okay. And you even understand why you still do it sometimes as an adult. But I want to take you back to childhood. Remember sticker charts? Where you and all your classmates' names were on that big poster board, and there was always one or two names that had gold stars, like all the way across the chart and then down the side of the chart because the teacher had run out of space. That was you. And you didn't do it just because you were an overachiever. You didn't do it just because you cared about being the best. You also, whether you knew it consciously or not, did it as kind of a safety net. Because the logic is, if you follow the rules, if you go above and beyond and do extra credit, if you are always good, then you don't ever have to worry about someone thinking that you are bad or getting in trouble. Except, did that actually work? Did it keep you from worrying about getting in trouble? I have a story that I'm going to share with you. And if you were a rule-following, extra credit getting A+ student, you're going to feel the horror of the story in your body. So, when I was in 3rd grade, I got my name on the board. I know, I was standing in line for the pencil sharpener. I didn't do anything wrong, in case you didn't know that already. But I was standing in line for the pencil sharpener, just quietly waiting, being good. And then Chris and Danny got in line behind me. I don't even have to tell you about Chris and Danny. You already know. They were the two boys who were always getting into trouble. So I'm standing there, following the rules. They come in line behind me. They're messing around. They bump into me, and I was kind of shoved into a desk. And the desks had those metal legs on the tile floor, so it made this long scraping sound. So I am trying to kind of regain my balance. I'm trying not to cry, but I'm also trying to pretend like it didn't bother me because I was embarrassed. And then I see Mrs. Fuller stand up and grab her chalk. And this is when time started slowing down. I'm getting tunnel vision. My ears are starting to ring. My heart is racing as I watch her walk over to the board and start writing names. First Chris and then Danny. And I'm thinking, there's no way, don't do it, don't do it. And to my horror, she writes Kristen. I mean, devastated isn't even the right word because it wasn't a feeling. It was a full system emergency. All the alarms in my head just blaring, full blast. I'm sure I don't have to explain that to you because you're right there with me, my sweet empaths. You know, you're probably feeling it in your body right now, just like I am. So let's take a deep breath. We are like 40 years out from that moment, and I'm fine. I am fine. Do we all hate Mrs. Fuller? Obviously. Like, how dare she pick on Kristen? But I've moved on, and so should you. But the reason I'm sharing this story is because I want to show you the most annoying thing there is to know about being the A-plus student, being the rule follower. We do it because, yes, we want to be good, but we also believe that there is a guarantee that if I am hypervigilant about being good, then I never have to worry about anyone mistaking me for being bad. So in theory then, because you go above and beyond, because you follow the rules, you would never have to worry if you got a message from your boss that says, when you have a minute, come see me, right? You've worked so hard to be the extra credit friend so that in theory, when you notice a shift in the tone, you would never be afraid that your friend's mad at you, right? Yeah. The real bullshit about being the rule-following, gold star collecting good student is that it never actually relieves the fear. No matter how many gold stars you collect, you can never collect enough to stop scanning for danger. So now you're here realizing that all this rule-following hasn't made you less hypervigilant. So you decide you're going to change that. I want to be calm. I want to feel inner peace about anything, ever. So you find your way here to this work and it makes sense. Yes, I am going to learn how to regulate my nervous system. And what do you do when there's something that you want to be good at? You take it and you throw everything at it. The same way you've done everything else in your life. I'm not just going to get regulated. I'm going to be the best at regulation. I am going to be an A+ extra credit student in regulation. Because the logic is, if I do everything I'm supposed to do, then the anxiety should go away, right? The people pleasing, gone. Overthinking, never heard of her. Because you earned it through hard work, and the work becomes transactional. If I do this, then this happens. If I set intentions, then I am calm. So you do all the practices, and then you run over and put your sticker on the sticker chart. Okay, I did it. Did it work? Is it gone? Am I fixed? So let's go back to the first example I gave. Standing in the kitchen on a Thursday evening, totally triggered. This was actually my client. She was blindsided by how immediate and intense her dysregulation showed up because she had been doing all the things. When she messaged me, she was like, I don't get it. I've been doing so good. I practice every morning. Why am I still getting triggered? Which basically was her saying to me, Kristen, look at my sticker chart. I've got a gold star in every box. What the heck? So I'm just going to share with you the actual audio.
Okay, so let me just show you what's happening here. You are holding yourself to a standard that is impossible. You are thinking that because you are working on staying regulated and not energy managing, that you shouldn't ever struggle with it, which is unreasonable, first of all, and holding yourself to this standard is making you feel like you're failing. So let me give you an example with something that I know you will understand. So you go to the gym every morning, you do your workouts, you're very strong. You've been doing that for a long time, going every morning. And I'm curious, have you ever needed help carrying something heavy? Have you ever struggled to like open a pickle jar? Of course, these are things that just happen. Sometimes pickle jars are hard to open. Now, when that happens, when you can't get a pickle jar open, do you think, welp, guess it's not working? Guess the only time that I'm strong is when I am at the gym. I guess my muscles just don't exist anymore. That's not what you say. If you go to open the pickle jar and you struggle, you whack the lid on the counter or you ask your husband to open it and you move on with your life. You don't stop and rethink everything that you've been doing at the gym for the last 20 years because you understand that when you are building your physical muscles, all of the reps count. They all compound on each other. And still, there are going to be times when you can't open the pickle jar. Imagine if every time something that was physically hard for you, you beat yourself up for still not being strong enough. Sometimes you just can't open the pickle jar. So I want you to think about that while you're applied on top of this work. You are doing your regulation practice. You are starting your day with intentions. You are checking in with me when things go sideways. You are doing the work that is building this muscle. And then your husband gets flustered about something dumb and you completely discount the work that you're doing. It's unfair to yourself. It's unfair to your past self that's been working so hard that every time something doesn't go perfectly, you beat her up. Sometimes you can't open the pickle jar. Sometimes your husband gets flustered and it bothers you. It's not because it's not working. It's because it's 5:30 on Thursday and everything sucks at 5:30.
Right? Bruh, everything sucks at 5:30 on Thursday. But I love this pickle jar example because everybody accepts that muscles build over time. Everybody gets that even if you're very strong, sometimes you can't open the pickle jar. But as soon as your dysregulation shows up, it feels like when I got my name on the board. What do you mean? I did what I was supposed to do. I followed the rules. This should not have happened. And it doesn't only feel bad to be triggered because of how it feels when you're triggered. It also feels bad because the logic fails. The formula fails. This formula you have been following your entire life. If I work hard enough, if I'm good enough, if I earn enough gold stars, then I should be safe. And if that isn't going to work, if I can't rely on that, then what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to ever trust myself to be regulated? I followed the rules and I still got my name on the board. Even with 8 million gold stars, you still feel fear when you think someone might be mad at you. You still worry when something's off, and you're trying to stop getting worked up by getting worked up about it. You're trying to heal your hypervigilance using hypervigilance. You're checking, you're running to the sticker chart, writing notes. That is not commitment to inner peace. That is hypervigilance. You're not going to finally feel relaxed when you've earned all the gold stars. You're going to feel relaxed when you relax about feeling relaxed. How's that for wisdom? The tools are working. Keep the tools. Keep the meditation. Keep the breathe, breathe, breathe. Whatever's working for you. You're not done practicing, but instead of using the tools transactionally, like a guarantee that you'll never feel dysregulated again, you're going to take the pressure off. You're going to stop putting your name on the board every time you can't open the pickle jar. The practices are building the foundation. Let your gold stars be proof that you're building muscle over time, that you are moving toward a regulated default setting, not as a guarantee that nothing will ever feel hard again or that nothing will ever trigger you again. Some days you're going to get pulled under. But just like not being able to open a pickle jar doesn't prove that you're not strong, all the work that you've been doing isn't erased because you had a bad Thursday. If your goal is to stop feeling hypervigilant, hypervigilance isn't going to get you there. You will always be a good student, and you can use that to your advantage, but you need to know the difference between when you're being a good student and when you're dysregulated. Okay. I know this one felt personal to a lot of you. If you need a reminder to get your reps in, get the daily calibration. It's a short email. It lands in your inbox every morning. It takes 2 minutes to read, and it starts your day in regulation instead of in reaction. And if you would like me to personally call your shit out, like I do with my clients, you can go to kristenfinch.com or check any of the links in the show notes for other ways to work with me. All right. Thank you for listening. You all get 5 gold stars. I'll see you next time.